Okay, experiment number 2. Hey, Ratty. Now, these rats and mice I took off some 3D models online, and I will put links to those on the floor down here somewhere. I think for the version of the Safari that you'll see when you download it. Give some credit to these people. They're great little rats and mice. If anyone wants to know as well how I get these 3D models into Minecraft as well, just drop me an email, neuronsafari@gmail.com, and I will tell you how to do it. It's not too difficult, but you've got to do a lot of different steps, and you've got to do them in the right order. But yeah, I'm happy to explain how I do this. It's not too difficult. And then it saves you a lot of time building, trust me. That's a lot of blocks. Right, okay. So now we're going to look at the event arena. Now this one is much more complicated to explain. So I've written some instructions here, but I think the best thing, and I've actually said in these instructions, the best thing to do is to watch this video, and it will make more sense then. So first things first, always important with these experiments is activate the right scoreboard, otherwise you won't be able to see what's happening. And right, I'm going to introduce all the different bits of this now in this video at once. So we've got another curtain. Now, this is our event arena. Now, it's not an arena in the sense of there's not a band playing or screaming crowds or anything like that, but it's a place where things happen, which is why it's called an event arena. And it's made of this central area, which has these two, what we call inner cues, and then it has a series of outer cues, including the top of our little rat over there. And this is a bit similar to the water maze in that we're looking at how rats or mice learn where things are in an environment, and they can use this information outside and inside to help them find and remember where things are. Now, this one obviously don't have any water. This one works a bit differently, and we use food in this one. And what happens is a bit like the water maze, is that the rats or mice start in one of these, what we call start boxes. So one of these boxes on all the sides, each side of the square, like this. And in the way this is normally done, a rat will spend one day, about 5 or 6 days a week, in one of these boxes. So maybe Monday would be in here, Tuesday would be in this one, Wednesday would be in this one, and so on and so forth. And you'd rotate around. And on each day, what happens is you get given different flavours of food. And what a rat has to learn is that the food that they're eating can be found in a specific place in this arena, and only in that place. So, for example, they might eat something in here that tastes of chocolate, and then they might have to go and find the chocolate. Now, it might be that chocolate's always, say right in the middle of the arena here. So they would have to start to learn that chocolate is always here. But they also have to learn that, say they were eating another food in here and it tasted of, say, bacon, then they would have to learn that if they try to go over here again, they won't find bacon because bacon isn't found here. Bacon might be found over here, or over here, or over here. So it's a bit like restaurants. It's a bit like learning what type of food is at a particular restaurant and remembering where that restaurant is, so that next time you want that food, you know where to go. So that's what we do with rats and mice on this. Now you're going to kind of act a little bit like a rat and mice in this and see how easy it is for you to remember those things. Now, with this one again, I think it's much better to do this with 2 people. So one person can set everything up in this side over here, and then there's another person who will then actually do the experiment in here. I think that's much better, because if you're doing it yourself, you kind of already know where things are. So it kind of defeats the point of the experiment. But I wanted to show you how these kind of experiments work. That's the reason for putting this in here. And you can feel free to, if you want, to take all of this and use it in your own worlds. There are a lot of command blocks with a lot of information in them. that I can go over. If anyone's interested in a tutorial or something, I can happily do that. But also, yeah, you'd have to work out a way of copying these over to your world. I know how to do that, so I can give you some advice on that. But yeah, get in touch with me, and I will do my best to make this easy to copy over. Okay, so actually setting up this experiment, how does this work? So over here we have our kind of experimental area, and you can see we've got these strange structures here. Now these are sand wells. So in the real world experiment, the food is hidden in sand, kind of different containers filled with sand, and the rat has to dig in the sand in order to find the food. Now, as you can see, each food has interesting flavours. So we've got mint, blueberry, mustard, chocolate, strawberry, and very berry, which I think is a collection of 3 different berries. Now, I've used all of these in an experiment. I've run this and the water maze experiment in the past, and all of these are something that the rats like. I say like mint is an acquired taste for a rat. Some of them don't like it. Blueberry is quite popular. Mustard's quite popular. Chocolate is very popular. Very berry as well. They're very much like the sweet ones. But they also like bacon and curry and onion. They don't like lemon. So one thing about rats and mice, they don't really like citrus fruits very much. So yeah, just an interesting thing. But yes, okay. So again, there's some information here about what the event arena is, and some information and links to where you can find more detailed information about it. But this video is much more just to show you how it works. Okay, so how do we set it up? So you can see here, this looks a lot like our map here, and that's because it is, and it's an interactive map to allow you to place different sand wells in the arena. Now, to do that, you need to pick up some gold blocks from this chest, and you need to start placing them down in the arena in the places that you want. Now, you can do this in different ways. I'm going to show you the way I normally do it. So first things first, you need to pick a flavour, and say we've got 6 flavours to choose from. Now, if you're doing the experiment properly, you'll make a note of where you're going to put them, and you're going to save that so that you can put it in the same place each time you do this. But let's say we talked about chocolate before, so let's press the chocolate button. So that makes it ready to go. Now, when we place this gold block here in the center of the arena, you get a little notification that says sand well placed. You get the gold block appears on this map on the screen over there. And if we look in the arena, our sand well has been placed in the center there. Now, when we do this test with the rats, you only put 1 flavor in at any one time, because you don't want to confuse things. So now what you would do is you would make a map which had unflavored sand wells in all the other locations. Now, there are 6 different flavors, so there would be 6 different locations. So let's put those in now. So yeah, I used to do this a lot. I think I worked out once how many sand wells. So you have to replace them and refill them every time a rat does this. I've thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. Now, you might be wondering why some of these are a different color here. Now, you won't be able to place any sand wells in these locations. So the red and the purple ones, that's because that's where the queues are in the arena. You see here. And you can see our map is now in place in here. And the other ones are right in front of the doors of the start box. Now, we don't put ones in those when we do this in experiments because it's too close to the, as I say, to the start box, and it can get messy. And it's not a good place to put a sand well, so we don't. Okay, so once that's complete and once this is done, so this is our map. So in future, we might say this one's chocolate, this one's mustard, this one's blueberry, this one's very berry, this one's strawberry, and that one's mint. Right now we're testing chocolate. So we can teleport over to our start box selector area. And this is where we would then choose a start box to start in. As I say, if you're doing this and you want to try it out and see how someone responds to this without them knowing how it works, get someone to do this and you can teleport them in by making them just press one of these buttons. Let's say south. Okay, so now we're put into here. Now I need to change my game mode on my version of this, but this will all be automatic for you. So what we need to do is we need to eat our pellet. So we need to eat our chocolate, and then we need to find the chocolate in the arena. So there we go. Right, so we've eaten our chocolate, and you can see the timer started now. So we're going to measure how much time it takes for you to find the pellet in the arena, so the food that matches what I'm holding in my hand right now. But we can also measure how many mistakes people make as well. So what normally would happen is a rat might come out of here, and especially if it's the first time them in here, they might go, oh, right, what do I do? I've just eaten some chocolate, where do I go? But there's these things here, let's investigate them. So they might open these, they might come in here and they might dig. Now I'm not going to make you dig for these, but you can open up these trapdoors. And you can see, oh, look, there's no chocolate here, and we've got one error now on our scoreboard on the right hand side. We might do the same thing over here. Now we've got 2 errors. And then we go, oh, let's try this one. And go, no. Oh, there it is. Chocolate. So we eat our chocolate. And you can see that the timer stopped. So we're done. Now we need to remember where we started. Which, oh, it's over here, wasn't it? There we go. So you need to run back in here. Now, when the rats do it, what happens is there would be 3 different... there would be 4 pieces of chocolate actually in here. And you would have to run back and dig for the extra ones. Now, I've not coded that in right now. I didn't think it was necessary, but I can always put that in if people are interested in seeing this properly. So yeah, so they would come out and get more food and run back and munch. So rats like to eat in the dark. They like to eat. They don't like eating in open spaces because if you think a rat in the wild, there might be a bird or something that would come and hunt them and eat them. So they go and hide in these places, eat their food, and they would come back out, get their food again, munch, in here, and they would do it that 2 more times. And then what happens is the door would shut, and then they would be taken out, and another rat would do the task after we've replaced all of the sand dwellers in the arena. So we can teleport back, change my game mode, back to creative. There we go, and there we have it. So now we've got a score and how many mistakes were made. And you can do this then with yourself or with a friend. And you can try this. You can try different start boxes. You can do it at different days. But one main thing is to keep the same map. So once you make a map, remember it and remember what flavours you're putting in what location. And you can see how quickly you end up, how many mistakes you make and how few you make over time. You can look at how you're using this information. Are you using the cues in the arena? Are you thinking, oh, it's next to the red one, and if I'm looking at the blue, then it's here? And that's what we're investigating as neuroscientists. We're looking at how an animal uses this information, perhaps, to navigate and to work out where the food is. Because there are many different ways they could do it, So you could do it by sight, like this. You might be doing it by smell. Maybe you can smell where the food is. And we try and avoid that where possible. Maybe many different ways that an animal might be doing this. So they might just remember, oh, if I'm here, I just need to move straight ahead. They don't care about what's here. They just remember the movements they make. That's possible. So yeah, so there are many different things, and that's what we investigate in this experiment, in this task. So as I say, try this out for yourself. I'll send you some links in the books here with some more information so you can find out more. Look at some of the original papers if you're really interested. There's some videos in some of those that show how the rats perform the task. But yeah, if you're wanting to reset everything, there's one thing I should mention. Pressing this button here will reset the map, but it won't reset the arena. So it's very important that you then reset the arena over here before you make any changes, because it is a little bit temperamental and it might break. So just a warning is, yeah, make sure at the end of every task you always reset the arena and reset the map. And you can see the scoreboard will change, so you can kind of tell then that everything's back to normal. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Hope that makes sense. Say if anything doesn't make sense, or you think I should make something clearer, or there's something cool you think I should add, then let me know. Email me at neuronsafari@gmail.com, or you can comment on the videos, anything like that, and I will get back in touch. And yeah, I'll see what I can do. Thank you very much, and hope that was interesting. And I hope that everyone has a good Brain Awareness Week as well. There's plenty of things that are going on over the course of this week here in March. You might not be watching this when Brain Awareness Week is on, but there were lots of events, and I'll be posting a lot of links over the course of the week. I'll also be doing a Q&A, so if anyone wants to ask me anything about neuroscience, about how I build in Minecraft, about just myself in general, drop me an email again in advance, or I'll be answering some of the questions live. So you can chop into those. The website neuronsafari.com will have the details of where you can find the live links, which will be on YouTube and Twitch, I think, just in case I want to stream some Minecraft gaming during the process of answering some of your questions. But yes, thank you very much, and I hope you have a lovely day.